Pisces, your love card for 2026 is the World card and indicates that you might be dealing with someone who has a prominent Saturn in the natal chart. If not, this may be someone you meet while traveling. Travels may be central to your relationship, or you may be connecting to someone foreign or whose background is culturally different or otherwise. Perhaps they have a connection to or a lot of knowledge concerning world affairs. For some of you, this person could be older or there's an age difference. They may have a connection professionally or personally to older people, or this might be a widow or widower. Or maybe they're just an old soul who appears much older and wiser than their actual age. This could be a romantic situation where there was a long friendship or you've known them a long time. And this could be someone who's quite ambitious and goal-oriented. They apply concentration and self-discipline in order to accomplish. So this person, maybe they're an engineer, or maybe they work in politics, math, or science. For some of you, the vocation is tied to selling and buying, or tax consultation, or financial affairs. For others, this is someone with professional dealings with land, earthy occupations, or speculation. Maybe they're a landowner, or maybe they're a laborer or a contractor. If this person has any health issues, it may be due to certain deficiencies, or maybe they suffer from chronic or long-standing illnesses. Could be anemia, arthritis, joint trouble, liver problems, lupus, or something to do with the nervous system. It might be a skin problem like psoriasis, or maybe they take medication for something, or they have emotional depression at times. Now, as a person, this could be someone who's a good listener. They're quiet, calm, perhaps a bit secretive, or at least very private. The tendency is to be a hermit. But they are very protective and loyal, and they believe in tradition and monogamy. And they can appear rather sober or strict in nature, sometimes maybe even dull, or maybe they're emotionally inhibited to the point of seeming indifferent. Their tendency is to be a worrier, and this may be motivated by difficulties, hardships, or sacrifices they've endured that are behind a drive for self-preservation. In some cases, you'll need a lot of patience. This relationship is slow to get off the ground because your love interest is bashful or indecisive. Maybe they're skeptical about love, or they have an inferiority complex when it comes to competition, or that may be you. What is clear is that you've completed a cycle with many lessons involved, and you're now making an assessment of where you've been and where you're going where love is concerned. You're no longer as naive as you once were because you've acquired a lot of wisdom along the way. And this allows you to take the steps to becoming your truest, most authentic self. And it may call for you to tie up the last loose ends and prepare to begin a new cycle. For some of you, this is a fresh start or a second chance, supported by your enthusiasm. You're ready to start something new, including a change in attitude and a new relationship or a new way of relating. But before you can take that leap to expand your horizons, you look at where you've been stuck in a rut, one that's been either blocking relationship or weighing your relationship down. Perhaps you haven't really applied yourself to finding the one or to sustaining a relationship you're in. Maybe this is because of insecurities, and perhaps you need to forgive yourself and others for any regrets or previous mistakes so that you can have a clean slate before you set out on this new beginning. This is a year where you'll have a number of fortunate social and romantic connections or opportunities that come your way. You might take a wonderful trip with a lover, or something wonderful and totally unexpected could happen if you're single and traveling alone. But whether you're ready depends on if you're ready to give up some bad habits or emotional dependencies you've come to rely on. 2026 is meant for you to be a self-starter and to jumpstart your life with some new resolutions that enable you to enjoy life and love more. The better you feel about yourself, including your physical and emotional health, the more you become a magnet for what once seemed out of range or out of reach. Although your relationship goals must be realistic. And this will demand that you understand boundaries and limitation. Where there's the possibility to overextend yourself or to overstep emotionally. If you find yourself being too daring or too devious, your love interest is likely to feel uneasy about any ulterior motives you may have. And if you fail to start things for the right reasons, they won't turn out as you'd hoped. In the positive, you're investigating possibilities for the future, and you may undergo a personal transformation inspired by intimacy. But don't be surprised if your personal directions and boundaries are tested in some way by society or those around you that seek to impose their priorities on you. This is a year to decide what to say yes to, and perhaps more importantly, what to say no to. If a lover restricts your freedom or acts as an authority figure toward you, you'll push for the freedom to be yourself. And you don't have to make someone think what's right for you is right for them. Greater awareness and enthusiasm stimulates the desire to meet a mate or improve a current relationship. The key this year is in knowing when to reach out, when to hold on, when to withdraw, and when to let go.